Hey guys, Joe DeMarco from the Crazy New York Driver Show for Friday, October 5th, 2018. Welcome to another eBay video. Today's main topic is going to be the new beta payment system. It has been up and running for a few weeks, and I want to discuss in detail what's going on from both the buyer and the seller viewpoints. This is important. I think you're all going to want to know about this. We're also going to be discussing some other eBay issues as we always do, and of course your comments, questions, and concerns. For those of you guys who have never seen one of my videos before, my name is Joe DeMarco. I'm a longtime eBay seller, and every Friday night I come out here and I make a video and I try and help you guys stay successful on eBay. That being said, I will tell you that it is once again another cloudy, nasty day. And it's been another cloudy, nasty week with heavy rain on and off. We only had one single sunny day all week. That was last Saturday, and I went to the swap meet. I hope some of you guys at least watched the video of me at the swap meet and some of the cool stuff I saw. So yeah, let's get started with your comments, questions, and concerns from last week's video. On leaving negative feedback, Jordan Brown wrote, I personally think eBay should make buyers message the seller before they're allowed to leave negative feedback. And the seller should have 48 hours to address their problem, or else they can leave the feedback. And I've had some items I've sent back to sellers before, and the option to leave negative feedback still exists. Not sure if this is a bug or what, but that would be a real shame if someone got their money back and decided to neg the seller for no reason. I think anytime the buyer has a refund, whether or not they were required to send the item back, the option to leave negative feedback should immediately go away. John Eastock wrote, Joe, I recently tried buying an item and tried to hit commit to buy, then pay now, and was directed to a page that asked for a debit or credit card, not PayPal. I backed out, but then had an unpaid item, so I had to request a cancellation, which the seller did. I saw nothing to tell me this seller would not accept PayPal. He's a long-time seller. Is this part of the new selling terms? I use PayPal so I don't have to give this card info. This is nuts. John, that is the main topic of today's video. It's just coincidence that you wrote in at this time with that same complaint, because a lot of stuff went down after you made your comment, something I experienced myself. And we'll get to that as soon as I read all the other comments, so just hang in there. Rubber Wilbur wrote, Joe, regarding the buyer who disputed your sale 3 months later, was probably a mistake on his part. This has happened to me before. Buyers who don't buy a lot on eBay or other forums forget that they bought something. They don't recognize that amount on their account as a regular charge like a water bill or electric. So they dispute the charge by accident because they forgot they bought the item 3 months ago. If you write or message the buyer, I bet he will say that very thing and he will cancel the charge back on PayPal. I guess that's a possibility, but I'm not going to write to him. I do feel PayPal will have my back on this, and I'm going to let them handle it. I still have not heard anything, and several people wrote in saying sometimes it takes 2 or 3 months before PayPal will settle such a case. eCurb wrote, Joe, here's another possible reason why the charge back after 3 months. Remember when Amazon Prime came out? I saw it on one of my rare visits to Amazon. I looked at what Prime was, and since I rarely buy on Amazon, I passed it by. Soon after, I got a $99 charge on my credit card from Amazon for Prime membership that I did not ask for. Coincidentally, I had sold an item listed on eBay, also for $99, shipping included. That buyer left positive feedback stating he liked the item. About a month later, he did a chargeback. I contacted him to ask why. He related how he had been wrongly charged $99 for Amazon Prime membership that he did not want, and when he went to dispute it on his credit card, he just went to the most recent charge for that amount, which was mine. My buyer sorted it out in the end. Maybe your buyer made the same mistake too, and remember, don't be fitchy. That's an interesting thing he brought up about being charged $99 for Amazon Prime unjustly. I haven't heard of that before, but have any of you guys heard of that? I'd like to know a little bit more about it. That could be a topic for a future video, some kind of an Amazon scam. I always said that platform was a little fishy. Wooden Stuff with Steve French wrote, I can't get enough of the don't be fishy ending. I look forward to it every week. Big Mizzy 74 wrote, Hey Joe, you should make some kind of contest where the prize is the famous Fox News Cup, LOL. A lot of people have said that. I cannot make that a prize because that is just so important to me and so important to this show. I would rather give away a huge sum of money instead. That mug is irreplaceable. I've got a few comments on the stalker before we get into the main topic of today's video. Lynn Munger wrote, Crazy New York driver, oh my God, he's sneaky and dangerous. I just don't get what his motivation is for doing all this. Why does he target successful eBay sellers? That is what he does, right? Is he jealous? Did he have a bad experience with an eBay seller? It makes no sense. I wonder if he does similar things in other areas of his life. He's an online terrorist. All very true, and he's like that in other forums as well online. He's all over the internet. He's dangerous. And he owns a loaded, registered gun. What do you think about that? And he brags about carrying it everywhere on him now. James Page wrote, Joe, call the FBI and the state police. This is interstate stalking and cyberbullying. There are federal laws against this. Sadly, sir, the FBI doesn't care. I have filed with ic3.gov, as have others, and they only care if there's a huge sum of money involved or if there's a kid involved. If I was 13 years old and Fitch was stalking me like that, they'd be all over him. But because I'm over 18, or for any of you guys who are over 18, you are out of luck. That is just the way our laws are. A blast from the past wrote, eBay is a joke until Mr. Fitch wants something from them. Then all of a sudden, eBay is this competent company that will swiftly handle any valid complaints from anyone. They will make every effort to hold their site users to a higher standard, but if they don't meet Chuck's needs right now, they suddenly revert back to the shitty company that needs to be exposed publicly for who they really are. What an ass you are, Mr. Fitch. So true. And I'll talk about that in a minute. Jordan Brown wrote, filing a false police report, illegal. Ignoring a cease and desist warning, not illegal, but could land him in some deep legal trouble. This guy is a straight up criminal, and then he has just the balls to tell the poor eBay representative doing his job that he's going to sue eBay because the execs love Joe and won't put up with Fitch's nonsense. Go ahead and sue and watch them countersue you into oblivion for harassing their members and ignoring their cease and desist warning. Lastly on that, Crystal wrote, Hey Joe, just a thought. Maybe if you gave the contact information on how to contact these places in Michigan, more of us would likely call. Sounds like Fitch is off his meds again. Thanks for another great video. Thumbs up. Well, Crystal, I have stated in various videos in the past that Charles Fitch works at Detroit Thermal Systems in Romulus, Michigan, and they have a toll-free number. I suggest you only call during business hours and not on weekends. I have a feeling that toll-free number is going to appear in the comment box or in the description box below. Fitch is known to own a loaded registered gun, and in that video he made about me where he called eBay last week, he actually told the eBay representative he carries that gun on him wherever he goes because of me. I live in New Jersey. He lives in Michigan. That means there are other people at risk besides myself, and I'm thinking about the employees at Detroit Thermal Systems. This is sick. This is scary. You're going to be reading about this guy, I bet. I'm not kidding. I have a little bit of good news, though, folks. A little bit of good news. Remember how he made that video about me last week? calling eBay and making a scurrilous complaint about me? Guess what? He's been kicked off eBay once again. I'm still on eBay selling and making money like I've been for 20 years almost, and he's once again kicked off. How did it happen? Well, guys, it is once again due to his stupidity. Now, I don't think he has very much of a formal education, and hey, it is what it is. If he didn't graduate high school and doesn't have a GED, and that's why he's working on an assembly line, that's up to him. All right, that's all up to him. However, he shows his stupidity blatantly by, number one, he makes a second or third or fourth or fifth eBay account after he was told he is not to, and he would be violating the law. But he got away with that. Then he called eBay to file the scurrilous complaint against me. All false. He got away with that, or he would have. But he's so stupid that he has to post a video of him doing these things. The reason he does it is to show me that he is doing this to me. That is what started the problem with him 6 years ago when he was placing fake bids on my eBay items, not paying, calling eBay, and then leaving me negative feedback. He could have got away with all that, but he had to post videos on YouTube to show me that it was him that is doing it to me. He's got some kind of a sickness in his head. I don't exactly know what to call it, but he's some kind of a sadistic stalker that likes to show people that he's hurting them. And in the end, he's the one that's always going to be hurt. He's been kicked off eBay because, yes, I notified somebody at eBay on the top of the food chain exactly what he was doing, and I made the fact known to them. I said, please pursue him legally. He was sent a legal letter to stay off eBay. Please do something about this now. You see how dangerous he is. And I brought up the gun issue and all that. So we'll see where this is going to go, and I'll keep you guys in the loop. Now I want to talk about the eBay beta payment system where it circumvents PayPal. Very important. Stick with me on this. Before I do, if I may, I'm going to take my first drink from the Fox News Cup O' Life. This is the Fox News Cup O' Life. Happy is he who drinks from it. Oh, I love this. There is nothing better than the Fox News Cup O' Life. Guys, please don't ask for this cup. I need this, man. I love this cup. Now to the main topic. eBay's new beta payment system using Adyen and circumventing PayPal. How many of you guys got this invitation in the mail? Any of you? Did any of you get this invitation in the mail? I think it came last Saturday when I was at the flea market, so I actually got it Monday. Let me show you. You're invited. Sell all in one place. Sell and get paid all in one place. Okay? How many of you actually got this invite? I'd like to hear in the comment section below. To make a long story short, eBay has rolled out the beta payment system for certain invited sellers only. They have asked me numerous times to opt in, and I have not. Numerous times. Even on a one-on-one phone call. If you opt into this payment system, your buyer will have to manually type their credit card information in the payment section and will not be given the option to pay with PayPal. Before I continue with my discussion, I'm going to go to a cutaway because something very interesting happened to me on Wednesday. There was an item on eBay I needed to buy, and I researched to see what seller had the cheapest price. So I found the guy. I found who I wanted to buy from. I clicked buy it now, and I want you to see what happened then. Let's go to the cutaway. Okay guys, so on Wednesday I wanted to purchase an item from a seller on eBay. I had researched the item and I found this particular seller was giving the best deal. So I clicked buy it now, and when I went to pay, this screen came up. Because I'm an experienced eBay seller, I knew right away that this particular seller had opted in to the new beta version of the eBay payment system. Now I looked and I did not see PayPal, of course, so my first reaction was actually to back out of this deal and go to one of the other sellers who accepts PayPal, because this requires more work. But then I realized that this guy was actually offering the best price on the item that I wanted. Furthermore, I looked on the top here, see this? A $5 coupon just for you. Must pay for this item with your credit card or debit card and use code PIC5 to redeem. So this is eBay's way of trying to get buyers used to their new payment system. So what I did was I did in fact enter my credit card number in and fill everything out and pay with the credit card. I got the $5 coupon, and I also used my eBay bucks because I had some eBay bucks accumulated, so I used them as well. So if any of you guys are buying something on eBay and come across a screen like this, this tells you that that particular seller is in the beta program and has participated and opted in. Now this actually started a huge thread on Facebook. We're going to talk about that now, so let's get back to the video. So yeah guys, once I went to the payment screen, I knew right away that I had stumbled onto one of these sellers that is in the beta program with the new payment system. Now the average eBay buyer is not going to know what's going on. Somebody wrote in earlier, was it John Estock? I gotta stop and go back. I think it was John. Yes, it was John Estock that wrote in that comment. He also inadvertently landed on a seller who opted into the new payment program. So when I found that screen, when that screen came up to me, as I said in the video, my first gut feeling was to back out and find a seller who takes PayPal. It's quicker, it's easier, and bang. But then I realized, I said, wait a minute. This guy had the item cheaper than anybody else. And as I showed you on the top left, there was a $5 coupon to induce you to purchase from this seller. So I said, what the heck? I bought the item. I saved money, I used the coupon, and I used my eBay bucks. So it was a little more inconvenient, but being a knowledgeable seller, I knew what was going on and I went ahead with the purchase. But what about those newer sellers and newer buyers who don't know what's going on? They're going to get that screen and say, where the heck is PayPal? And they're probably going to back out or request a cancellation. Now this has spurred quite a lot of dialogue in the Facebook groups. I took the unusual step of printing out a comment from a Facebook group. I want to read to you now. All right, this is a comment I just printed out from one of the Facebook groups on a very interesting thread on this topic. And she wrote, I switched to managed payments sometime last week. Today I received this message from a customer. Since I have been buying on eBay for over 10 years, I do not agree with your payment preferences after reading the terms and agreements area. I'm disappointed, but not enough to jump through the hoops I would have to pay you. How atrocious is it to me to have to deal with this when I could have paid you by now if you only use PayPal? PayPal takes it directly out of my bank account. This person wrote back and said, I told her I appreciated her feedback and explained that eBay has a new payment system that eventually all sellers will be using. I suspect I will see more of this as time goes by. Any thoughts? And then people jumped in on the thread and began contributing. And I contributed and I explained what happened to me where I tried to buy the item the other night and I got hit with the new payment screen. I proceeded on because I know the deal, I know what's going on. But I am sure as I'm standing here, that there are a lot of buyers who just back out and go on their way and find another seller who accepts PayPal. So what I really want to hear from you guys is your thoughts on this issue, especially those of you guys who have opted in to the new managed payments, the beta program. Tell me your experiences, your insight, and your feelings. And even those of you guys who have not yet opted in, I want to hear from you. Tell me, what do you think about what I've just told you and what I've just showed you? Do you plan on opting in anytime soon? Comment below, please. As I said, sales have been good for me on eBay this week too. I have not opted in, and I do not plan to, because customers like to pay with PayPal. All right? I do like the fact that eBay is offering an incentive to buyers, like the $5 coupon I showed you to buy from that particular seller. I think that's a good move on their part, but still, it's not an end in itself. It's merely a means to an end. All right? People love PayPal, and what can I tell you, man? Another topic I'd like to cover today is yet another hacking on Facebook. I don't usually talk about Facebook hackings, but I think this affects a lot of people, so I'm going to briefly read an update to you. This is current, so stick with me. On Friday, September 28th, 2018, Facebook said that an attack on its computer network had affected the security of nearly 50 million accounts. The attackers exploited the View As feature, which allows users to see their own Facebook page the way someone else would. This could have allowed the attackers to take over Facebook accounts and see everything in a victim's profile. Facebook has fixed this issue and informed law enforcement, and although it's not known when cybercriminals first discovered it, the vulnerability has been live for 14 months. Facebook does not know if the affected accounts were misused or if user information was actually accessed. Updated information has come out since the breach was first announced. A spokesman stated that Facebook Login, which allows users to access other popular sites with their Facebook profile, was also affected by this vulnerability. This means that attackers potentially had access to affected users' accounts on sites like that use the Facebook Login feature. Meaning if you log into other sites such as eBay through your Facebook account, your account was up for grabs. This stuff is serious. I really think the authorities need to take a firmer stand on this and act more on it. I really think the reason they don't is because they don't quite understand it, and they don't have the capability or means to address it. That's just my gut feeling. That being said, I see I've basically reached the time limit. I don't like to keep you guys too long. Let's go over the main points of this video, and I will let you guys go for the weekend. Number one, the managed payment returns. After seeing the information I presented to you today, what are your feelings? Have you changed your mind one way or the other? Comment that below. If you've already enrolled in the program, I definitely want to hear from you guys. Comment that below. I have not opted into it. My sales are steady and fine, and I'm happy. No complaints. No returns to speak of this week. No cancellations. But I'm wondering if the guys that opted into the managed payment return program are experiencing a rise in cancellations. I'd like to hear about that. And any other eBay news that you guys have, I want to hear about it, okay? Because it makes good fodder for a future eBay video. Guys, also, if you have any comments about that stalker, that animal in Westland, Michigan, please comment that below. He is sick. He's actually sick in the head. You know, he is the most miserable person. He hates himself so badly that he likes to transfer his anger about himself onto other people. He's sick and he's sadistic. But he's not on eBay. Guys, I'm Crazy New York Driver and you're not. Thanks for watching. Every Friday night I come out here and I make these videos to try and help you. If you found this video helpful, please leave me a thumbs up. It shows I'm appreciated. If not, tell me what you want me to cover next week, and you know I will try. I am a seller friend, not a seller critic or skeptic of any kind, and I'm still making money online. Go out there, make a killer eBay sales week. I hope all of you guys do great and make a lot of money. But I also want you guys to remember these 3 words. Don't be fishy! Yeah! Thumbs up! Bye-bye!